There are moments that stay with you forever. Not because they were beautiful, but because they broke something inside you. My name is Rachel. I've been married to David for 7 years. 7 years of trying, showing up, doing everything I could to feel accepted in his family. But there was always one person who made sure I never forgot I was an outsider. Diana, my sister-in-law. She was polished, confident, the kind of woman who walked into a room and instantly owned it. And she always had something to say. From the very first dinner I hosted after marrying David, Diana criticized everything. The appetizers were too simple. The main course was overcooked. The dessert lacked effort. And every time, she said it with that smile. That calm, perfect smile that told you she knew exactly what she was doing. David always brushed it off. She's just honest, Rachel. Don't take it personally. But how do you not take it personally when it happens every single time? Every holiday, every family dinner, every gathering became another chance for her to remind me I wasn't good enough. This past Christmas, I decided things would be different. I spent 2 full days cooking everything from scratch. A perfectly brined turkey, homemade cranberry sauce with a secret twist for side dishes, and a chocolate layer cake that took me nearly 6 hours to perfect. By the time guests arrived, I was exhausted. But for the first time in 7 years, I was proud. I truly believed this dinner would change everything. And I was right, just not in the way I imagined. Let me take you back 3 weeks before that Christmas dinner. One quiet afternoon, I got a call from Margaret, David's mother. She asked if she could come over that weekend. She wanted to cook with me, teach me recipes she had never shared outside the family. Honestly, I was surprised. Margaret had always been kind to me, but reserved, careful, old-fashioned. So when she arrived Saturday morning carrying 2 heavy grocery bags and a handwritten recipe book with faded pages, something shifted inside me. We spent the entire day cooking together. She showed me her turkey brine recipe passed down from her mother. She taught me the cranberry sauce, orange zest, cinnamon, patience. And she guided me step by step through the chocolate layer cake she had made every Christmas since 1987. It became one of the most meaningful days of my life. As she was leaving, Margaret held my hands and looked directly at me. Rachel, you are a natural. And this family is lucky to have you. I cried after she left. The good kind of tears. On Christmas Day, I made every dish exactly the way she taught me. Every detail. Every little touch. So when Diana sat at the table holding her wine glass and smiling that smile, then said loudly enough for everyone to hear, Rachel, did you use a meal kit for this? The turkey tastes a little off, and the sauce doesn't really feel homemade. The whole table went silent. I felt heat rush into my face. 20 people were staring at me. Then Margaret slowly placed her fork down. She looked directly at Diana and said calmly, Diana, those are my recipes. I spent the entire day teaching Rachel how to make them. That turkey brine belonged to your grandmother. The cranberry sauce is mine. And that chocolate cake is the same one I've made for this family for 37 years. The silence after that felt unbearable. For the first time ever, Diana's composure cracked. I, I didn't know, she whispered. Margaret picked up her fork again. No. After dinner, while everyone gathered in the living room, I stayed behind in the kitchen. A few minutes later, Diana appeared in the doorway. She stood there quietly, arms folded, eyes lowered, like someone searching for words she'd never needed before. Finally, she whispered. The cake was actually really good. It wasn't a full apology, but from Diana, it meant everything. I smiled at her, not sarcastically, not proudly, just warmly. Thank you, Diana. Margaret taught me well. She nodded once, then walked away. Later that night, as guests were leaving, Margaret pulled me into a hug and whispered, She's always been this way, even as a child. She tears things down because she never learned how to build them. Don't carry her words, Rachel. You never needed to prove anything to her. You only needed to be yourself. I've carried those words ever since, because that Christmas taught me something important. Revenge isn't always loud. It isn't always dramatic. Sometimes, it's simply the truth. Quiet, Patient. Perfectly timed. I never planned anything. I never set a trap. I just showed up with love, cooked with everything Margaret shared with me, and let the truth speak for itself. Diana has never mocked my cooking again. At family gatherings now, she's quieter, more careful, not cold, just aware. Aware that the woman she spent years dismissing had been truly seen all along by the one opinion that mattered most. So if someone in your life keeps making you feel small, keep going, keep building, keep showing up as yourself. Because the people who truly see you will always find their moment to say so. And sometimes, the strongest response to someone who underestimates you is simply becoming impossible to ignore.